Good morning, everyone. Hope y'all are doing well. It's time for some more draft prospect evaluation, and now we are going to running back. I know the team just re signed Rashad Penny, and I know we still have Chris Carson, and Travis Homer, and DJ Dallas, and I guess Josh Johnson too. I think running back is a fairly significant need for the Seahawks in this draft, and I would definitely like to come out of this draft with at least one. I still think Carson is a very possible cut candidate, and I absolutely believe he should be released. And you need as much depth as possible in that backfield with a 17 game season, with the way running backs can't stay healthy, with us hitching our wagon to a guy like Rashad Penny, who I think that some of it is overblown, but there's no doubt that he's missed a lot of time so far in his career. You need help at running back. So we're going to take a look at some guys. In my estimation, there are four running backs in this draft who are likely to go in the top 100. So we're going to focus on those four guys. Tomorrow we'll do sleepers, and there are actually quite a few sleepers in this draft who I'm intrigued by. So we're going to just look at these four guys for now. The Seahawks would probably have to use one of their second round picks or their third round pick to get these four guys. And we're going to lead off with the two guys who I think might be second round picks. I don't know if any running back's going to be a first round pick in this draft. As of right now, the sense I get is no. We're not going to see a first round running back. But I think you'll see at least two second round running backs, specifically these two. We're going to start with Kenneth Walker III from Michigan State. He seems to be the number one running back in this draft right now. 5'9", 211 pounds. Ran a real nice 40 at the combine, 4.38. So real nice combination of speed and size. 211 pounds, 4.38 40 is no joke. He really only has one prolific season of college football, but it was very prolific. 1,636 rushing yards, 6.2 yards a carry, 18 rushing touchdowns. Little bit of action as a receiver, 13 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. And if you take a look at his relative position on the big board, pretty much everyone has him in the second round. I guess you would say the mid to late second round. Walter Football doesn't like him quite as much. They actually think he averages out to be more of a third rounder. But the general consensus on Kenneth Walker right now seems to be he's going to be a second round pick, mid to late, and he had a good combine, so that may push him up to the early second. The pros with Kenneth Walker III are pretty obvious. He's got elite versatility in 2021 as a player. He's got a great mixture of speed. The 4.38 40 does show up on the field. He's elusive. I saw a lot of plays where he just makes a guy miss in open space, makes a funky little move to make the defender go completely the wrong way, make guys miss. And he's got some power. He's not a small guy. He's not somebody who can't run over people. He does have power. He is able to bowl over defenders. He's going to be a great early down running back, and he's capable of being a consistent part of your offense. He's a guy who you can give the rock to 20, 25 times a game, and you can feel comfortable with that. He's not somebody who you would expect to wear down. He's somebody who you can build your offense around. And he's not a fumbler. He protects the ball well. So, pretty good. We're getting off to a pretty good start here with Kenneth Walker III. And if he sneaks into the back end of the first round, it would not shock me. Now, the issues with Kenneth Walker III are that he's not a prolific pass catcher. He only had 13 catches in 2021, about one a game. He needs to work on his blocking. So, basically, the thing to understand with Kenneth Walker III, if you get him, is that he's not a third down back. You're going to need somebody else out there on third down, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We have a great third down back here in Travis Homer. There are other guys in this draft who I think are going to be great third down backs. But that is a hole in Kenneth Walker's game. Not a great blocker, not a great catcher. The only other thing I noticed with him is that while I was mostly impressed by his vision, he broke a lot of plays to the outside when the inside was muddled up and he couldn't get through. He was able to cut back and find the hole. Very smooth in that regard. Make one cut and just go. Sometimes he gets a little impatient and doesn't completely wait out the play. He doesn't completely wait out the blocking. That's something that should be able to get fixed, right? A good running back coach, a good system to put him in, a good mentor process to put him through in the NFL, kind of like what Rashad Penny got with Adrian Peterson. You would think that would make everything fine there. But Kenneth Walker is probably going to be a mid-second round pick, and he deserves it. And if the Seahawks get him, I would say that is a really nice Chris Carson replacement. Okay, so next up we're going to do Breece Hall, and this guy actually had 3 prolific years in college football, and he might be my favorite running back in the draft. I'm going to put that out there right now. I like him a little bit more than Kenneth Walker III because he's just going to be a little more versatile, and he's going to have a few more wrinkles to his game that I just kind of appeal to me. So Breece Hall is on the list for our second round pick. I'll say that right now. Iowa State, playing with Brock Purdy, 5'11", 217 pounds, so he's a little heavier than Walker, but his 40 time is basically identical, 4.39. Very rare mix of speed and size. And you can see 3 years of production. Now, that comes with some downsides, but the dude was very productive across 3 years. That first year, he had over 1,100 yards from scrimmage, 4.8 yards a carry, 23 catches, not 10 total touchdowns. Then 2020, he really breaks out, has over 1,700 yards from scrimmage, 21 touchdowns on the ground, 2 through the air. Really nice pass catcher, making plays through the air as well as on the ground. And then last year, his yards per carry goes up to 5.8. His usage drops a little bit, but he's still putting up very big, very efficient numbers. 23 total touchdowns, 26 catches, 300 plus receiving yards. So this guy is just a little bit more versatile than Kenneth Walker III, so I tend to like him a little bit more. If you look at the big boards, a few of them say early second, a few of them say late second. ESPN says early third, and Draft Network says late third. I do think you are looking at a second round pick because Breece Hall had a very nice combine, and I think that's going to boost him to the second round, possibly in the 40s. The dude is durable. He held up across 3 years of some pretty high usage at Iowa State. The size and speed combo is pretty tantalizing, and he really showcased that at the combine. He's got good vision. You can see him patiently waiting for the hole to open up and then hitting the hole. He's going to be a great fit for our zone blocking scheme, I think. He's a huge big play threat. I think he led the nation in touchdowns of over 75 yards or something like that. Maybe it was 50 yards. So he can get to the second and third level and then just turn on the jets and outrun everyone to the end zone. You know, Pete loves his big plays. He's got great balance when he runs, and he's a plus player on passing downs. He can block and he can catch. Good route runner, good hands. He caught about 75 passes across 3 years for Iowa State. So you know you're getting something there. He's not going to be just a two-down player. So Breece Hall probably my guy right now. Now, the cons are the fact that he did play 3 full years in college, wear and tear. Acceleration is just mediocre. He does have the ability to get up to full speed when he gets into the second and third level, but his acceleration is a little bit slower than you would like. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And in terms of improvising, he's not as good as a guy like Walker, making some weird bounce back play where he can't find the hole, but then he just outruns everybody to the other side. You don't see that as much from him, but I really like Breece Hall. Okay, next guy is going to be James Cook. This guy has NFL third down back written all over him, like a primo third down back. He's 5'11", just shy of 200 pounds, from Georgia. 4.4240, so a tiny bit slower than the first two guys, but it's very, very insignificant. Only really has 1 year of significant play time, and he had 1,000 yards from scrimmage, but 6.4 yards a carry, 11 total touchdowns, 27 catches. So the big-time usage was not there. He didn't consistently produce 1,500-yard seasons or anything like that, but there's definitely something here at the NFL level. And every big board that I looked at has him in the 3rd or 4th, except for CBS. They had him in the 6th. Maybe the 5th, maybe the late 5th. But it seems like this guy's a 3rd round pick to me. He's got good size and he's a good athlete. That mix of size and athleticism is very, very credible. He's going to be a great third down back almost certainly in the NFL. Great blocker, and he can make plays out of the backfield with his hands. Good runs good routes. At the very least, you're looking at a much better version of Travis Homer, I think. So if you get him, you move on from Travis Homer, you save a little bit of money. Sign me up for that. But he's more than just what Travis Homer is. He's patient and he's quick. He's a natural runner in the open field. When I watch him play, it doesn't even look like he's running that hard, but he's outrunning everybody. He's going to be a great fit in the zone scheme that we're installing here in Seattle. So James Cook has to be at the top of the list if we get down to the third round and we're looking for a running back. If we get to our third round pick this year and James Cook is there and we get him, I'm pretty happy about that. The issues with Cook are fairly obvious. He is a little slender. I don't know about him on first and second down. Like, he's definitely going to be great on third down because of his receiving and blocking. But early down, is he going to be able to grind out those more traditional carries? I don't know. He's not very physical. And his top speed, it's I don't think it's bad, but it's not the best. It's not like he's going to outrun everybody to the end zone every time just because of his speed. I like his acceleration, but I don't know if he's going to be outrunning everybody at the NFL level. But generally, a nice player, definitely has a role in the NFL. And like I said, if you could get him, you let Travis Homer go, and in my opinion, you have gotten better and cheaper and younger all at the same time. And it only costs a third-round pick. So James Cook, appealing guy. There's really only one more top 100 running back to go over. Let's take a look. Isaiah Spiller. Me and the Hawks Nest talked about this guy a little bit already. He really doesn't like him, but let's dive into it a little bit here. Texas A&M Aggie, 6 feet tall. He's heavier, 217 pounds. Did not run a 40 at the combine, but last time he ran a 40, it was measured 4.58, so that's slow. He is not somebody who's going to win very many track meets. Had 3 productive years for A&M, relatively speaking. Had about 1,000 rushing yards on average each of these 3 seasons. Averaged about 5.5 yards a carry. Got into the end zone a little bit. Averaged about 20 to 30 receptions a year, so he was making some plays in the passing game. So, well-rounded statistical resume. And the big boards are all over the place on this guy. The Draft Network thinks he's going to be a borderline first-round pick. Walter Football says second to third. You got places like Tankathon, Sports Illustrated, CBS that see him as a late second, early third. And then you've got places like ESPN and PFF who really don't like him that much and see him as more of a fourth, if not fifth-round pick. So the pros with Spiller are that he played against elite competition because he was an Aggie. He's large. He's got some real nice size to him. He does run with power. He does have the ability to bowl over runners. Not an easy guy to bring down. He's got good vision and he accelerates quickly. So he is somebody who is able to find the hole and then just explode through it. He's a smooth runner, solid receiver. Like I said, he's got a long stride, so it seems like he's covering ground faster than you would expect. And he is a pretty good fit for a zone scheme. The issues with Isaiah Spiller are pretty obvious. He's slow. I think that he's mostly just a one-cut back in the sense that he's not going to make people miss in open space. His elusiveness is just okay. While he is a good receiver, it doesn't seem like he does much for anybody as a pass protector. So his future as a third down back is in question just because of that. He is also somewhat careless with the ball. He is somebody who is probably going to see some fumble problems in his career, and we'll see if he can fix those or not. His overall running technique needs work. He's somebody who has the ability to run with power, but sometimes he doesn't finish plays the way you would like a power back to actually finish. When you got to get that one more yard for a first down, when you're trying to get out of bounds maybe and you need to run one more guy over, the concepts are clearly there, and there's reason to believe that he could get better at it as time goes by, but a little bit lacking in that area. So I'm not a big Spiller fan, but he may end up slipping down to like the late third. That's not terrible value, but those are the 4 running backs who I see being worthy of a potential top 100 pick this year. Let me know who you like. Let me know if you think I missed anybody. Tomorrow we will be doing sleeper running backs. See you guys then. Peace out. Go Hawks.